What's up, NASCAR 15 fans? David Land here, and welcome to the Plate Race Series, a series of 4 races in which only the top 10 drivers in each race will score points, and at the end of it, we will determine who is the strongest plate race driver in NASCAR 15. No practice, no qualifying, just the race. As you can see, this is also an opportunity for those of you in the comments to vote on previous paint schemes that I have run throughout my NASCAR 15 videos on this channel for me to run. I'm throwing it back with the Viva Vantage paint scheme that I ran way back near the beginning of my NASCAR 15 Let's Playing days. By the way, the points that I mentioned, 1 through 10, only the winner will only score 10 points. 10th place will score 1, so it goes from 10 to 1. So don't expect wins to necessarily mean that a champion will be crowned. But over these 4 races, I'm expecting very crazy racing. Of course, the 5 wide, 6 wide, nuts plate racing in NASCAR 15. Also, to note, we are going to start in reverse order in which NASCAR runs their plate races. So we're going to go to Talladega first, then on to the night version of Daytona, back to Talladega, and then to the day version of Daytona, finishing off with a simulated Daytona 500. So without any further ado, let's find out who will be the plate race master. So here we are, ready to go racing at Talladega in the plate race series. You may have noticed that for whatever reason, I've been affected by a glitch where the green, numbers and whatnot ended up underneath my car. I have no idea why.
Come on, let's do this
but
now.
anyway,
It's
we
time
are
to go to
racing
work.
at Talladega. And coming to the line we go. For some reason the sound is really low. I'm not sure if it's just on my TV or what, but it seems like the sound is extremely low. Maybe I'm going to have to get my good old-fashioned remote control out and turn it up
There, if you want to
so I can actually hear it. But at the moment, it's very quiet. Maybe it's just because NASCAR Heat 2 is a very loud game. Well, anyway, we're going to do this on the back straightaway. There we go. We're turning it up. Okay, the TV's back. The TV's up, and now I can hear the engine.
Very impressive.
And we are going to try to sneak to the inside there of Bobby Labonte. Got to be careful not to get a penalty early on here. Somehow my car is able to stick on the bottom here. Not really sure how that's possible, but hey, we'll stick with it as Chase Elliott moves down in front of us. We'll get the draft going here. I think I'd better sneak in. There we go. I had to do that, otherwise I was afraid I was going to lose the draft. And now we've got a nice draft here on Brian Vickers.
Car 2 back.
You can tandem in this game as well if you're new to NASCAR 15, which would mean you're new to this channel because I've been doing NASCAR 15 since the dark ages. Is David Gilliland trying to give me a little bit of a shot there. Down into turn 3, we're going to sneak down to the inside, try to get underneath Brian Vickers here, which I think we should be able to do. Michael McDowell working to the outside. He's in trouble. He's in the old sucker hole. In behind Stenhouse. To the outside we go. The outside's generally not where you want to be in NASCAR 15s. It seems the bottom is always the way to go.
All that work's paying off. Awesome lap.
As we're starting to move up through the field. 203 going in.
Keep a good pace. You're doing great.
They're 4 wide up ahead.
Make it easy for
Regan
us today.
Smith was
Gotta go get
in
it.
trouble
Stay down.
up there. As we work our way down the back straightaway.
Car 2 back. Got a car closing on
Smith
your
to the outside.
He's charging.
And we're going to work down in front of
Here.
Kyle Larson.
Car right behind you.
Larson trying to possibly work with us. We're going to work up behind Justin Allgaier here for a second. Chase Elliott's working with Kyle Larson at the moment.
Got one behind you.
And it's possible that we're about to lose the draft here. Have to see. Come on, Larson. Give it. Oh, shoot. I hit the wall.
Still behind
That's
you.
going to be a mistake. Unless Allgaier's very slow through here. I'm praying. Here comes Larson to the inside. Or behind me, I should say. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice run. down the back chute, and underneath, Justin Allgaier. And in underneath, Brad Keselowski in a beer wagon. We're going to make it 3 wide. Thought about it for a split second, but we'll stay in behind Trevor Bayne for now. Try to move up through the field. There's some guys in the old sucker hole down there.
R1 back. Set him up. That's it.
203. Oh, there's some lifting going on in the top lane.
Watch your mirror.
Getting to
He's
the
coming
back
up
of
fast.
Trevor Bayne there. Here comes Elliott up into the old sucker hole. Logano
Doing it
leads
right
the
there,
race.
man. Nice and smooth.
Remember, we need to be in the top 10 to score points in this plate race series.
Keep it low. Keep it low.
As Harvick and Truex all start to fall back. Jimmy the Juggernaut. All right.
The leader's a second ahead.
Getting into him just a little bit as we work down the back straightaway.
He's right
Kyle
on you.
Busch. Oh, boy.
Watch your
Oh, boy.
outside.
Oh, that was close.
Far
Up.
outside.
Kyle
Trying to
Busch
get
into
to
the
your
wall.
corner.
Yellow flag is
yellow
out.
flag.
Oh, we got turned right at the end. So Kyle Busch, we put him up in the wall. We gave him a door shot there, and it's a pretty big hit for Kyle. And then he Dales.
Let's hustle here.
All right, we're coming into the pits. We don't need to do too much to the car. I think they're going with the right sides only. We're just filling her up, getting a little bit of repairs done under this yellow, just so we can go out and fight hard.
Fastest cars out there.
All right,
Keep
ready
hitting
to
your
go
mark.
back to racing here at Talladega. Waiting,
Okay, coming to the green. Be on your toes, buddy.
waiting. Here we go.
We gotta go to work now. We gotta
Racing
go to work.
again at
Car
Talladega.
behind. Keep rolling, keep
Talladega.
rolling. First is leading by 3 seconds.
And we've only got 7 of 37 complete, so 30 laps remaining in this one as we work down to the inside of Paul Menard underneath Kyle Busch, who for some reason seemingly did not pit under that caution flag for himself.
Looking low.
Oh, that was close,
Come on, let's get past it.
as that was Michael Annett making quite a move down to the inside. We're going to work in behind Kevin Harvick, try to get him up to speed down the back straightaway. A little bit of
High.
issues in the mid-pack there.
He's coming high.
It seems like the pack is splitting up a little bit for whatever reason. The front guys have kind of moved away,
Car tucked in behind you.
as this pack is just
Right
kind of
behind you.
fighting in amongst ourselves. As you can see, Harvick just absolutely loose all over the place as we shove him underneath Stenhouse here,
Driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
and Yaley.
30 to go. 3
But a lot of those guys did not pit up in front, so you'd assume they're kind of probably light on fuel.
Nice and easy. Just keep doing what you've
So
been
we got
doing.
some 4 wide action going back here. We are
Go up
trying to keep a steady lane. It's not working at the moment. That was almost crashing with Trevor Bayne there, but thankfully Stenhouse will come up and give us some aid moving up through the field now. So thank you to Stenhouse. A little bit of Ford teammate action as we're going to move down in front of this pack. And it is a pack, all right, as we come up behind the Doge here.
Car 2 back.
Look at that angry horde of cars.
Okay, behind you.
Coming up here behind Josh Wise. Which way is he going to go? It looks like he's going to go low, so we're going to go high. Pass him around the outside. And that's going to allow Martin Truex up into this fight. As Truex is going to try to go for the lead in this pack. Not going to happen.
Right behind you.
Another car falls off the back of that pack.
Still with you.
It's Kyle Larson.
He's still on you.
So Larson falls off the pack, and we get turned. Oh, he saved it!
We'll get him next time, buddy. Okay,
Oh,
let's go. We gotta
man.
step it up.
What a
First
save
lead
that
by 3
was.
seconds.
Not entirely sure how I saved it,
Check your outside.
but sometimes it's just better not to question it. Now, the key is going to be not losing the draft here.
You're good low.
So you're going to work it in
drafted,
behind
buddy, right
Chase
there.
Elliott
Nice and
there,
smooth.
getting a nice
Put it on the
controller
high side.
vibrating draft. Hopefully we can maintain it here as we work down the main stretch into the tri-oval. Nope, the controller's starting to not vibrate anymore. We may be in trouble. We gotta hope that they all slow each other up in the corner, otherwise we may have really been screwed here. Oh no, the pack is getting away from me. Keselowski somehow has lost the draft as well, though, for whatever reason. Would have been better just to have spun. We would have gotten a yellow flag, but it's at the same time, I kind of want this to stay green from the
There's
perspective
5-second gap
of
between you and the leader.
the fact that everybody's going to need to pit at some point. The leaders will anyway, as Ty Dillon goes to the lead. As they are 4 wide in that secondary pack, Justin Allgaier takes over the point. And we are going to need to figure out some way to get back up into this group. One of the things that could happen is some issues coming into the pits, especially with that gigantic pack, which is running 4 wide all the way through it.
The leader is 6 seconds ahead.
And the leader just continues to build his lead, which is unfortunate. But at least we're way ahead of Keselowski, so we can't actually be fully last either, which is going to be nice. Man, they are just... I wish I was up in that pack because it looks like a ton of fun. The unfortunate reality of restrictor plate racing, though, is when you lose momentum, you're pretty much dead in the water. Cole Witt
Nobody's
goes
going
to
to
the
make it easy
lead.
for us today, buddy.
So we've got
7 seconds ahead to the lead car.
Plenty of opportunity here for the small teams. But it's just going to be a question of whether this small team, Go Land Speed Racing, is going to be actually able to race for the win. At the moment, that's not looking like a reality, but we've got half a tank of fuel as we smack the wall just a little bit there. Looking behind at Keselowski, not having to worry about it just yet. You know, you think 190 miles an hour, hey, that's pretty fast. No, it's not. Not at a plate track. Are we seeing anybody come into the pits? Yes, we are. We're seeing some people drop off the back of the lead group. And hopefully, once the field spreads out a little bit, we'll actually be able to
Doing
make
an
up some
awesome
time.
job today, buddy.
We go up to 37th. So we're 27 spots from scoring points in this race.
There's a 9-second gap to the leader.
We work around the outside of the track, and that's not particularly making us faster either. I wonder when the pit stops are going to begin. Logano is back in the lead. He was actually leading in that first stint before Kyle Busch had his crash. And it looks like a lot of people are going to be coming in this lap as Carl Edwards takes over the lead. And remember Carl Edwards? He used to be a NASCAR driver. As we're going to cross over past a bunch of cars in the pits. And we are going to move up into the 25th position. Cars coming out of the pits and filing into line on the back straightaway.
Come on, buddy. We've got to work for that money.
But what's good is we're starting to see the pack split up just as I predicted. So hopefully these guys
Car in
don't
front's
hook
heading to
up
the pit.
too quickly so that we can actually latch onto the back of somebody, maybe tandem a little bit, get things back going in our favor. As Edwards is now in heavy traffic, Bobby Labonte's the next car ahead of me, and he is now hooked up with whoever that is. Might be Kyle Busch, kind of looks like a green car. Hard to tell as Jimmy Johnson goes into the lead of the race. Both of the cars, no they don't. Yeah, they do. I couldn't tell what was going on there. It was
Okay,
Casey
and
Mears
nice and
actually.
smooth. Nice and smooth.
And now Jeb Burton takes the lead. As we still don't quite have any drafting help. We need a little bit more slowdown happening up at the front of the field with people pulling off.
The leader is
into the
10
pit lane.
seconds ahead.
Of course, the other advantage is that we'll be able to come into the pits and just take fuel only, because obviously plate tracks don't really wear tires all that much. And a fuel-only stop will hopefully launch us back up into the pack, or at least around cars we can draft with. At least that's what I'm crossing my fingers hoping for, because we can always just win this on fuel mileage, but that's not quite as fun as winning it in a racing condition. As we cross the line in 20th place, still got plenty of fuel in the tank, so we're good from that perspective. But race 1 of the Plate Race Series is not going particularly the way I would have liked it to. How many seconds are we? We're 3.2 seconds behind Dylan. So you would make the assumption, or at least I would make the assumption, that if I can make up 3 seconds on the pit stop, we'll be right back in the race. Fingers crossed.
That's 6/10 you made up on the driver in front.
We are making up time, as you heard the spotter, I'm sure, because the sound is still screwed up on this game, and like the spotter is shouting at me. Denny Hamlin's in the lead, and everybody at Talladega probably not too happy about that. I feel like Talladega is a big-time Chase Elliott stronghold. As we work our way around turns 3 and 4. And we are catching up to Dylan
Keep an eye
quite
on
a
that fuel,
bit. I'm
buddy.
not sure if it's
You won't run on fumes.
Austin
and when you have
tie.
to.
But regardless, we may get a little bit of drafting help before the end of this stint, as we got some cars off into the pits. AJ Allmendinger takes over the lead of the race. And we've still got probably 2 laps of fuel remaining in our tank. So that will be good. We're going to move up
Looking really good, buddy.
all the way to 17th. So not a huge advantage gain
Okay,
there.
20 to go. Okay, this lap. Coming this
20
time.
remaining, but we're not going to pit this lap. Absolutely not. And I think that is Austin Dillon just ahead
Try
of
to
us.
save fuel best you can.
And I'm saving. And by saving, I mean not saving at all. I'd love to get some draft here as we're going to come around the back straightaway. I don't know if we're going to get close enough to Dillon to draft him before we have to come into the pits. But making up any time possible that we can would be fantastic. Paul Menard is in the lead now, and more pit stops are taking place.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
This may be the people who pitted before this stint pitting
Nice
again.
job, dude.
We're all the
Very
way up to
nice.
4th.
Come on, man. You have to pit this lap.
Yeah, we'll pit. It's all right.
Save your fuel, buddy. I can't say this enough. Save, save, save.
Yeah, I've done this a few times. Haven't run out yet. As we are up to 4th, and now the fuel is getting extremely low. Okay, gotta be careful. Okay, clutch in. Alright, now we're just gonna roll around at 160 miles an hour. Not use any fuel, get right down on the apron. This is a slower pit entry than I would have liked, but it's fine. So we're going to work right down to 55 and get into the pits.
Okay, boys, here we go.
So this should be 3 seconds. Paul Menard is already out of the pits. The crew member is walking very slowly. Johnson is out. That does not feel like 3
Great
seconds.
stop, guys. In and out. It's all up to you now, buddy.
Doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference.
All right, so we're going to fall a little bit through the field.
Gotta just be smooth,
By a little bit, I mean a
calm,
lot,
and
it
forward.
seems. 27th. 28th.
9-second gap to the leader.
Kyle Busch going by. But we at least saw the leader, which is good. Okay, now time to block.
Just looking.
Come on, Mike Lynette. Give us a shot.
Clear down low.
Okay, screw you, Annette. You don't want to go with me? I'll go with Boyer. Of course, I screwed Blaney there because I just kind of launched him out by himself. Maybe we can get a draft off of Blaney and start working with him
Car one back.
to start moving up through the field. As Boyer's behind us here. Boyer's trying to look to the inside. No, thank you. Do not
Go
want.
behind you.
Okay, there's Blaney. I'm going to give him a huge shot going off here into turn number 1.
Stay up. You're making him too
Oh,
loose.
too much of a shot. There we go.
Whoa, caution
Around
out.
goes the...
Caution's
Oh,
out.
God, around goes me. Oh, God, it's everybody. Arca brakes. Arca brakes. And there's me wrecking Blaney. Boyer hit me. Around went Boyer. Boyer was actually the cause of the yellow. I daled up in turn 1, and then the Arca brakes ensued. So I told them repairs and fuel, but they're doing tires anyway because screw my authority.
Nice
All
job,
right,
boys.
let's
Great
get
pit
into
stop.
that top
Okay, it's time
10.
to push that pace now, buddy.
I see my
Stay
car
focused.
looks a little
We
bit
can do this.
crumpled. I don't like being in the top lane. That worries me a little bit. Michael Annett down to the inside, as well as Bobby Labonte.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Here we go.
Hold on. Coming to the green. Come on, man.
We
Eyes
shift
on the
up through the
prize.
gears.
Let's do this now.
Where is the problems going to be? You know there always are. There you go. There's a little bit of a slowdown there
About
as
3 seconds.
J.J. Yaley caused a little bit of grief to Kurt Busch.
Keep rolling.
Gonna work 3 wide off into turn 1. I'm in the old sucker hole. This ain't where I want to be.
Hold your position.
We work up into 4th gear. Waiting for Labonte to clear down to the inside so we can get around him. I guess not. We'll slot into line. Tried to. J.J. Yaley put me into the wall. Somehow managed to continue
Car in front's heading to the pit.
without too much problems. As you hear somebody's coming into the pits, that's going to make things interesting. So we get up to speed here. Try to just remain in the draft. Bobby Labonte just ahead. There's one car coming into the pits. It's Josh Wise. Interesting, bold strategy there, Cotton. See how it works out. Getting a really good draft off of Labonte. We're going to have to slingshot him off into turn 1. Don't want to lose any speed or momentum. Losing a little bit. Probably should have drafted with him rather than try to pass him. As you can just see, I lost 7 miles an hour there. Now we're 3 wide on the back straightaway. That is not going to work in any universe, so I'm just going to lift off the gas just a little bit and get in behind one of these guys. I guess it'll be Annett that we'll choose to go with.
Just keep a good pace.
And we'll start to tandem with Annett here.
Right's clear.
Try to get up the field here. Nice bump draft here going.
The leader is 4 seconds in front.
Time to catch back up to the field. We should be able to run about 200 miles an hour on a lap average. If I do this right, just
Okay,
a little
let's go. Let's go.
bit of lifting
Step it
off
up.
in the corner just behind him just to make sure we don't wreck him, which we aren't yet. I'm trying to. Blaney's gotten into the lead somehow. As we just keep giving Annett the nice little bumps. Nice friendly bumps. And working off the throttle we go. Edwards is going to be a stick in my craw, isn't he? Go around him, Annett. Go around him. Okay, screw you.
Keep it low.
We got to keep moving. 4 wide. 4 wide.
Right side's clear.
That is... Why is that?
Don't
Get
run
going.
stuff, buddy, or you're both gonna wreck.
Oh, we wrecked.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, that was a big hit on
Yellow's
the
out. Going to
inside.
caution. Going to caution.
Yeah, I tried to slam draft Larson. We went 5 wide, and then around I went. But you're not going to see it. Oh, now you will. Kind of. Hey, no damage. I'm going to keep going. We are ahead of a lot of cars now. So there's pretty much no excuse not to run here at the front. So we got 11 laps to go. Don't know if we can make it on fuel. We'll see.
This is it, buddy. Almost at the green.
Green is...
Like we
Back
said
in the
today,
air.
Nice and smooth. Stay focused. Car 1 back.
As we
Car in
are...
first, 2 seconds ahead. On your
Going
bumper.
racing. Paul Menard looking to the inside, one of the leaders earlier in this race.
Still with you. He's coming to draft.
Looking in behind J.J. Yaley here. Getting that nice shifting action going on. Working down the back straightaway, almost up into the points. Dale Earnhardt Jr. presses Brad Keselowski up the track. Here comes Kevin Harvick making a big move down to the inside, helped by Danica Patrick, I think. As we work in behind Stenhouse, wobbling all over the place. As we're up to 17th, 16th, 15th.
Work your way around him.
In behind Stenhouse, just giving him a shot down into the tri-oval.
Behind you.
Michael McDowell, bye-bye.
Steady.
He's in the old sucker hole. I almost got wrecked. I almost wrecked Stenhouse. We go around the outside of Stenhouse.
Still on you.
And up into the points past Kenseth we go.
Right
Trevor
side clear,
Bain's out of
buddy.
the groove. Rip Trevor Bain.
Car right behind you.
Boink, off of him a little bit. Bobby Labonte moving up into this pack. AJ Allmendinger looking to the inside. Joey Logano still leading the race. Nope, Chase Elliott now takes over the point. 2:06
Car 2 back.
Ay, 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 ay. Sorry, Bobby. Oh, man, it's a big wreck. It's a big wreck. And Bobby Labonte tried to save it. Then I hooked him and ripped Bobby Labonte. Kyle Larson and then Jeff Gordon and everybody's involved. All right, we're going to stay out. We are 4th place. These would be some good championship points, as we've only got 6 laps remaining, so fuel should be good.
Here we go, buddy. Coming to the green.
We just got to stay out front. Here we go. Casey Coney and
Really good, buddy.
Chase Elliott. Redneck Jesus out in front. Here we go. There are 3 wide already behind, and that didn't last very long. Who do we go with? Cousin Carl, Redneck Jesus, or Casey Coney? I'm not sure. 3 wide we go. We'll get in behind Carl Edwards here.
You're gonna wreck him.
I am not.
Don't slam him.
I am not. Here we go. We're going to go with Cousin Carl. Here we go. Oh, Chase Elliott tried to block Carl Edwards down to the inside. That was not going to happen. And do I take the lead? I guess we will.
Got one behind you.
Okay, Carl. Not sure why Carl Edwards decided to do that. Thankfully, the game realized that he had slammed me down there. And we're not going to heed the wrath of NASCAR. Is Chase Elliott in trouble or going into the pits or something? And as I was trying to give you coverage of that event, I moved down under the yellow line. Thankfully, did not advance my position. And we will continue in this position as here comes a big run from Kevin Harvick on the outside.
Closing up top.
He's looking, but can he pass?
He's coming on the outside.
Oh yeah, he is, because he's got Martin Truex. That Toyota power. Oh wait, no, he's in a Chevy. Never mind, it's cool. He can dominate. He's in a Chevy. Everybody, it's okay. Martin Truex is driving a Chevy.
All right,
He's not driving a Toyota. All right, so we've fallen behind Truex and Allgaier, but not for long, as we're going to try to break this little party up. Not going to happen. And that goes into the pits, so we're already having some interesting confrontations here, as there's going to be a pack coming out of the pits here very soon. And are they going to affect the outcome of this race? Is Blaney out of nowhere?
Watch your outside.
Somehow I managed to keep him behind me for now. So it's Fords and Chevys, and then a Ford of Gilliland, because Gilliland has no manufacturer tie-ins there. They're actually going to root me out for a little while here, as we've got a lap car coming out of the pits just in front of us. That's going to maybe create some interesting situations here, as we're all going to work to the outside. Oh no! The lap car caused issues. Oh, it's a big one. So, yeah, you knew that was going to happen. Gilliland actually crashed up top, and then it's the accordion effect. Everybody gets involved. So the car is slightly damaged, but am I coming in? Heck no. We got 2 laps remaining in this one, and we are leading. Remember, we got to get points, so it's not necessarily a win that we're after.
Hold on. Hold on.
Scoring points is the key here as we get back to racing at Talladega.
Got a car behind.
And we got to figure out, as we accelerate, what lane is going to go.
Still behind you.
Well, Ryan inside Laney going to the inside, so we're going to keep him behind us at the moment.
Looks like he's going tuck in.
He works out to the outside. We're going to Pied Piper it down to the inside. Here's Dale Jr. out of nowhere. So Earnhardt down to the inside. He's suddenly in the mix. As we had to block Earnhardt, we're pulling our best Joey Logano impression right now. Trying to keep Earnhardt behind us. That was a very risky block. Very, very risky. But somehow managed to continue to keep Earnhardt behind. Keselowski's up there now. It's all the plate racing masters, as it looks like Edwards has to come into the pits. So rip Carl Edwards, Johnson, Keselowski, Earnhardt. It's all the big names. What a shocker. Big match Johnson. As we're going to try to keep the Hendrick fleet behind us on the top lane. We got to work 2 lanes here because Keselowski's coming to the inside. We can't block him. We can get to the outside wall just a little bit. Okay, so Keselowski takes the lead. Here comes Ty Dillon in tow with Michael Annett. That's interesting. Now Brad Keselowski, we're going to move him out of the way. Going to go 4 wide here for just a second. Almirola down to the inside. Johnson giving me a shot there, so a big rush down the inside of the track as we're coming to 1 lap to go. Presented by Smithfield, because we're trying to catch the Smithfield car right now. Everybody's packed together. Can we get the run, though? That's the question. Trevor Bayne very slow on the inside. That's going to give us a nice run as we block Johnson underneath. So we've got some momentum. Can we capitalize on it, though? Edwards out of the pits right in front of the pack. He almost LePaged everybody. We've got a really good run. Are we going to be able to do anything with it? Kyle Larson down to the inside. We're going to go with Larson. No, we're not, because Larson's going to drop out. Larson's going to fall behind just a little bit. Matt Kenseth. Can Kenseth capitalize? He's making a move down to the inside. No, he's going to stop. No, now he's going to try again. Is Matt Kenseth going to win the first race? No, it's going to be Ty Dillon winning the first race of the Plate Race Series. Wow. So it's Ty Dillon taking the first race of the Plate Race Series. Michael Annett will be second in points. Kenseth third. I will be fourth. Bayne, Larson, Earnhardt, Almirola, Danica, and Jimmy Johnson are the drivers scoring points. Drivers not scoring points, we'll go down through the rest of the field, see where your favorite driver is. And as we go down through, all the way down to some of the dominant drivers in the race who didn't really end up performing by the end. So if you did enjoy this, please hit the like button down below. We will see you next week for Daytona Night. Also, down in the comments below, put what paint scheme I should drive in the next race, and the one that gets the most comments and or upvotes will be my paint scheme. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. We'll see you next week for Daytona Night.